Now.
Oh, we're live. Okay.
We're live now. What's going on, Bill?
Not too much.
What did you just? How was the doctor, by the way?
It was kind of lame, but I ended up getting what I wanted anyway. I mean, the doctor, without even like examining me or anything like that, was trying to like BS about, dunking is kind of a hard thing. Maybe it's just your body telling you that you shouldn't be doing it, sort of stuff.
Really?
I'm like, dude, no. He's like, maybe you should try swimming or something like that. I'm like,
Oh
really?
my God. Come on. Did you just say dunk life? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, Billy Duran, WhiteFlight BD in the house. So let's start with the basics, I guess. You always been dunking? You just one of your favorite things to do? Tell me more about how you got started with it.
So I got started definitely really early. I don't know if it was junior high or maybe a little bit earlier. I grew up watching Michael Jordan's Playground, Come Fly With Me, and all those old VHS tapes.
Way back. I don't remember.
Way back, 90s. And I just fell in love with like the art of it. Like it just looked so cool that they were flying through the air and everything like that. And so as early as I could, I would, go out in my backyard and dunk on the lowest setting.
Me as well.
Hoop that I had. I have a vivid memory of when I was like first trying to dunk. My two older brothers were dunking on the low rim, and I was trying to get a dunk in, and one of their balls started bouncing over to me, and I kicked it like backwards over my head, and it ended up going in the hoop. And I don't think I ever dunked that day, but yeah, I ended up getting a ton of dunks.
How high was that rim, you think?
It was the lowest. It was probably like 7 feet or something like that. I don't know.
Anyway, just to be clear, I didn't even introduce you. So we're talking to Billy Duran here, Mr. Dunkademics, founder of DunkaDemyx, inspirer of Steven Selly, because I used to watch this man's videos before I could dunk. He was one of the first. I know it sounds strange, but back in the day, there wasn't many videos, as you know, and especially White and my height. It was very rare on YouTube, especially to watch progress and things like that. So that was huge for me. I was watching him do lobs and both plants, and it was very inspiring to me. So he was one of the first people I watched. You guys might have seen him as WhiteFlight BD. That's how I know him. So, but yeah. Now, luckily, we became friends. I was able to dunk at his hoop. Go ahead.
Story about that. So, WhiteFlight BD was the URL, but I was just WhiteFlight, no BD.
Oh, okay. Just the original WhiteFlight.
So the YouTube channel URL WhiteFlight was already taken at the time, not by another dunker or anything like that, but just by some random weird white hippie people who had the name WhiteFlight. But yeah, I was just WhiteFlight.
That's really cool. So yeah, now just making mixes and making videos, right? He's the man behind the cam.
That's right.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, so I got to see it firsthand when we went to that session. Always cool to be around the pros and things like that. So you're living in LA now. I got to dunk in the Dunkademics headquarters recently. That was a lot of fun.
Yep.
Hopefully back at the court now. Hopefully you're getting back into it. You went to the doctor today, got your body fixed up. But besides that, where's your path going? What was your history with dunking besides where you started? How deep did you get into? What was your best accomplishments?
I started dunking, trying to get better. I started the YouTube stuff, and that started to grow. I just wanted to get better and better. I started, working out a little bit more, doing plyometrics and things like that. Real basic ones though. I started getting better, getting my strength up a little bit. I ended up winning the YouTube dunk contest in 2009.
I think I remember that. That's so dope, dude.
So that was
they don't have those anymore.
No, I've tried to get people to reach out to YouTube for me to get another YouTube dunk contest going, but
there's so many people now though. That might be hard, but
yeah, I was pretty lucky back then because there weren't that many YouTube dunkers and stuff. So, but that was cool. I ended up getting on ESPN because of that.
That's so sick.
so that's cool.
So did you do you think the lifting helped your vertical a lot, or a lot of jumping, or were you naturally jumping? Because I'm sure that's a lot of people's questions.
So yeah, it's definitely a combination of both. I think starting early was key for me, and like the fact that I watched a lot of different dunkers, and Kobe especially, because Kobe could jump any plant off one foot and off the opposite foot, things like that. And then, so Kobe was the main one, but then, Jordan was a 1 foot dunker and a right left dunker for the most part. And then, like, Dominique was a left right dunker.
Right.
So I would emulate all of them.
Yeah.
And so that ended up, and that was like on the lower end basically.
Mm-hmm.
And so that got my technique up. And then after starting to like do workouts and stuff like that, get the strength up, get my vert up, and then translate it to 10 feet.
Yeah, I've always jumped. Like the first 3 years, it was just straight jumping. But then so many people told me to lift, and I was sick of having so many ups and downs and not consistency. I figured I'd start lifting. But yeah, so many people ask if they want to see what people do when they're training and making progress.
Yeah.
So you actually, by the way, you quit your job just to do Dunkademics, huh?
I did. It was not the best decision financially, but
that's dunk life for sure.
Hopefully for the long term and just like my overall happiness, it was a good move. But we'll see. It's only been a few months, so
right.
We'll see how it goes.
So since you've studied so many dunks, filmed a lot of dunks, what's your favorite thing to watch? Is it game footage or is it dunk contests, dunk shows?
Dunk shows are the best.
Yeah, that one we went to was great because they were just going back with Jay Clark and Myrie. They were just going back and forth, just trying to do their best they can. No pressure. Not even that the pressure does anything, but they're not trying to impress judges. They're just trying to do the best dunks they can do just impress each other. It was awesome to watch.
Yeah, so there's a few factors that go into it. I mean, getting the best dunkers out there is the main thing. But then, so the thing that's better about a show rather than a contest is that it's a contest atmosphere. So, you have the people there, you're at a big event, so you still have, the peak adrenaline of a contest.
Right.
But you don't have the restrictions of a contest.
Right.
Trying to plan when you do certain dunks or, holding back your best dunks because you might miss, things like that.
Yeah.
So that's why, a show is ideal because you get the same hype levels as a contest, but you get to just let loose and do whatever you want. That makes for a great video.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Those were a lot of fun. What would you say to someone who's trying to get more noticed in the dunk world? How would you tell them to try to get noticed, or what they should do if they're a good jumper, good dunker, but they're just not getting some recognition? Would it be more tricks or just work on height?
So I strongly believe that in today's social media world, if you're good enough, you're going to get noticed.
I agree.
It's way too easy to get noticed, not to get noticed if you're that good.
Yeah.
Before, when it was only YouTube, I can understand, maybe you're not, putting the right titles on or something like that. But, I mean, if you're getting your head above the rim or something like that, and you don't know how to just hit up house highlights, then you're just not being smart about it.
For sure.
But
yeah, I definitely agree with that. It's cool to see all these people trying to practice on their dunking and just starting their own journeys and things like that. I really love to see that.
Yeah.
Where do you see more success coming with dunking? Do you think it's more getting more people to do contests, or just kind of bringing it more to a global scale and getting everybody connected? I love the community of it, everybody helping each other.
Yeah, so you mentioned one of the things is that the community is huge because, I mean, me and Jay Clark, Jonathan Clark.
You guys are boys, right? We casually.
We, there are a lot of parallels between dunking and skateboarding. And
you were telling me this.
One of the things that we've talked about is how, skateboarding is the community, and it has been. And, they really encourage each other to do new tricks, and it's like a family sort of thing. They like it when each other, succeed.
Mm-hmm.
So that helps a lot because if you're helping each other grow, then that's growing the sport in general.
Mm-hmm.
So that's always really good. And then the other part that's starting to happen is just the putting it on a national scale. You know, Dunk King was really good, you know, because it's on TNT. Just getting more eyes on dunking, and just like telling people that it's kind of its own sport now. Well, that it is its own sport now, but we need to, you know, really drill that into people's heads.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, separate it.
Get more official events that like kind of label us as our own sport. So.
All right. So now, since you're experienced, you're a veteran, you're trying to make a sort of a comeback since you used to jump a little higher. What would you say to people who are trying to sustain it or trying to make this like a long-term thing, but they're dealing with injuries and things like that, or starting to lift weights? Any advice for that?
So if you're still young, definitely the main thing is do a lot of research. Make sure that you're doing the right exercises. More importantly, make sure that you're doing them correctly. There's so much information on YouTube nowadays. You know, you just type in how to deadlift, how to squat, whatever it is you want to do to increase your vertical, and you'll get, you know, in-depth videos of exactly what to do, what cues to use, how your form should be, all that stuff. So definitely make sure that you're using proper form. Start light, build your way up. Don't try to crush it your first time ever trying a deadlift, because you will hurt yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, just be smart about it. Take care of your body.
Yeah, it's so important. Even me, I'm already feeling it a lot. I'm almost 100% now, but it's just so important to take care of your body. Even like I know you did the same thing. You had little injuries, but you kept wanting to dunk. But it's so important to like fix those first, because looking back, it like imbalanced everything.
Yeah,
I know you're dealing with that.
And it's hard, you know, when you have the dunk life inside of you.
Yeah, it's really hard.
It's hard, you know. It's hard not to keep going when you just have like little injuries here and there. You want to keep dunking, but you got to be smart about it.
Do you still have knee pain right now?
Yeah, so I mean that's been bugging me recently. You know, my knee is hurt. Like my knee isn't the problem. It's, you know, other areas of my body that are out of whack that's causing some pulling on my knee. But yeah. Having some knee pain.
My left knee's been bugging me for like over a year now, and today, out of all days, was the first day it felt a little better. Yeah. And this is one thing that goes on back to what you're saying when you do the research and things like that. Another thing I was just talking to my friend about this, is really take note of what you do at the gym and how you feel. Because, for example, my friend I was talking to, his name's James. You'll probably see him in some of the videos coming up. He has natural hops. He used to play a lot of hoops, but he didn't know really what got him his hops. He just kind of had natural hops from jumping so much, and people would ask him how he got his hops because they were a little bit above average. And so he wouldn't really know what to say. So that brought to light to me to always take note of what you're doing, how you feel on certain days, and maybe how your body feels, because he said he would jump better some days, not so great other days, and he didn't know why. So just like your knee and things like that, like as soon as I felt my knee felt better today, I took note of what I did yesterday, and that was I dunked first, did some box squats, then I stretched, and I stretched really well. Like I really focused and tried to get good form with stretching, because even that I was slacking, because I thought I was pushing into the hip lunge type of thing where you try to stretch your hip flexor. Even that was like, I thought I was doing it good, but I was like, my other hip I wasn't stretching. I was like twisting out because I was really trying to get deep into it. But that was actually hurting me because I was hitting the wrong part. Anyway, the point is, I realized, and then I did the sauna after I stretched, and that really helped my knee. So I think I'm going to try to do that again and see if that really helps. Because that was the first time my knee felt better. Even though I've done stretches and it's felt temporarily better, I haven't woken up and it felt like significantly better in a long time. So it's really good to take note of yourself.
That's one thing that I've thought about doing before, and I never did, and I probably should have. But it's also hard because there's so many variables that go into your health.
That's it. Yep.
It's just like, and then so not only are there so many variables that go into like what could have caused an injury or something like that, and what's like making you hurt, but then once you get hurt, you tend to do a lot of things at once, and so then when it starts to get better, you're not sure which of those things or what combination of things got you better.
Right.
because you're not doing just one thing.
Yeah, I just did 4 things yesterday. Did 4 different things that could have helped.
Yeah, if you were just doing one thing, then it'd be easy to tell
Right.
what you should be doing. But when you're doing like a million different things to try to get corrected, then it's hard to tell what actually helped.
Yeah, and that's why it's just good to take note and be meticulous, because like over the years you learn about yourself. It's really hard to teach somebody about themselves until they go through it and how they're jumping, things like that. So anyway, I wanted to ask you, what are your current goals? I know I've asked you a bunch, but I want to hear them laid out. What are your goals for like just dunking goals, like what you want to hit, height of the rims, what you're going for, where you want to get to?
So the first most important goal is to get the pain down.
Yes.
and to kind of correct the imbalances and stuff that I have. That's the first goal. But after that, my goal really is I would love to have, I mean, realistically, if I could get to like a 42-inch vertical, running vertical, that would be amazing.
And what was your highest at one point?
I mean, I don't know exactly. I would maybe 43. I don't know.
That's still really good, dude.
Yeah.
I would love to see you come back. It's so cool that you still run the whole channel and have your own dunk journey on the side as well. It's like me.
Yeah, I mean, even when I'm older, I'll always still dunk on low rims and stuff like that. It's
Yeah,
just
for
too fun
sure.
not.
We had a lot of fun at your place. I wish I could do that more, especially in that sun was the best, dude.
The sun is awesome. I love dunking. It sucks because I wish I could have a gym floor in my driveway.
Yeah, one day.
I love being in the hot sun. Like, it gets my body loose and everything like that. But dunking outside on an uneven surface is not the best for your legs. So
yeah, man. Oh man, yeah. I want to do the same thing. So besides, oh yeah, I got a good one. So you're big into nutrition, right? You love eating out.
So I'm not as like crazy dieting as I used to be, but I definitely, for the most part, try to eat healthy and maintain a good diet so that I don't get fat and stuff like that.
Did you ever have abs or make an ab video, anything like that?
I may have made an ab
You don't have to go into that.
back in the day. That was more.
That's in the lost files. It's in the lost files.
That was more just to profit off of YouTube.
Yeah. But yeah, you're the same as me. Just as nutrition's so important too, especially when you're like dealing with injuries and things like that. You don't want any extra weight or anything like that holding you down.
Yeah.
Damn. So on YouTube, do you prefer more raw dunks, or do you like to make mixes, or you like a combination?
So mixes will always have a special place in my heart, because like that's how
That's what got you hype when you were watching videos. For me, like, same thing. It's like, you like the raw dunks, but like those crazy mixes, they make them so hype.
Yeah.
Makes you just want to go out and dunk right then.
Yeah. And it sucks because, YouTube is more about the algorithm now.
Yeah.
Longer videos get better preference. So
Well, DunkaDemycs, you're like the school of algorithms, pure dunking dunking.
I don't even know that much, but I do know enough to where like I can kind of do better than I was a few months ago. But yeah.
I was just about to ask that. Oh, so who would you say is? Let's give yourself like a top 3, top 5 dunkers that you like to watch anytime, NBA, anywhere. Do you have like a few?
So anytime in history?
Anytime in history, anytime, anywhere, any level.
So,
you could exclude me. You don't have to count me. It's fine.
Okay. If we're talking dunking vlogs, then Steven's number 1. But as far as like watching dunkers videos and stuff like that, T-Dubs is probably...
Same.
He's like up there, number 1 probably.
Yeah.
Air up there. He was crazy in his AN1 days and everything. Number 3 would be tough. I don't know.
Is there anybody that you've seen live that was a shock, even though you've seen so many videos of him, like more shocking? I think for me, Myrie and Jay Clark, because Jay Clark went for like a couple hours. That one day was crazy. I got to see both of them.
Yeah, so those are definitely 2 freak athletes. Myrie is
like in person just so different no matter how many videos you see. That's what I love about dunking too, is like you can dunk with people and just the person is just crazy.
And my read's just like so crazy because like he hasn't even added like that many dunks to his arsenal or anything like that.
Yeah.
But it's just the fact that like every year, because he's almost 35 now, and every time that I've been filming him for the past 5-6 years, every year I see him, it's like, okay, he's gonna lose a little bit of bounce. He's gonna lose a little bit of bounce, and every year it's like he's still the same or getting better every year. And it's just been amazing because like he puts so much power and gets so much height on his jumps that it's really, really awesome to see in person.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the best. So I cut you off in the top 3. So give me one more. T-Dub, air up there.
Ooh, man.
It's a tough one.
I would say. Oh man, it's so hard.
Yeah, it is. I don't know.
Dunkers, man. I'll throw a curveball. I'll say Kobe. It's kind of
LA. You gotta represent.
It's kind of a cop out, just so that I don't have to name another pro dunker.
Yeah.
But yeah, I loved watching Kobe's dunks.
Who do you think in the past, since because Duncan got a lot more popular in the past 5 years or so, at least social media wise for that, who do you think has improved a lot or has shocked you the most in the dunk world?
Over the past 5 years?
Maybe. You could cut it down to whatever you want, whatever just kind of stood out to you, someone that kind of stood out to you.
So over the past 5 years, I mean, the obvious one is Jordan Kilgannon. I mean, we were friends, and we messaged each other on Facebook all the time when he was still getting better. And we even had a dunk battle, who would get the double up first.
Yeah.
And we were both really
close. That's so sick.
And he got it first, and then I ended up getting it a few weeks later.
And the double up is just over someone between the legs.
Yeah.
That one, yeah.
And so for him to go from that to being, maybe the best dunker in the world is, pretty crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
He just has such a love for it that, yeah, it's been fun to watch his progression.
So how did you get started with DunkaDemyx? Obviously, you've had the passion before you made it, so what made you kind of start the little business and whole account?
So I have to give a lot of the credit to Young Hollywood. He was the first elite dunker that I started dunking with. And that's back when I still had some bounce. And so, when I first got a legit video camera, I would do dunk sessions with him. And it was hard for me to dunk with him because, I'd start getting warmed up, but then he would just be getting his head at the rim. And I wouldn't want to film myself anymore. And so I would just pick up the camera and only film him.
Wow. That's hilarious.
And then, so from there, I started getting injured and everything. But I still loved dunking, and so I would still want to dunk with Hanif and film him. And then through Hanif, I met Air Dog, and then
they're all out in LA, right? That was a big part.
Yeah, and there's a lot of events that go down in LA, and so I would just try to go to every event. And I mean, once my dunking got way down, I just thought. I should try to make this thing. This is what I like to do. And so I started DunkaDemyx, and it just grew from there.
That's awesome.
Hopefully still growing.
Yes, sir. So, in your dunk career, at your prime, do you have a favorite dunk that you've done? I know I've seen one that blew my mind. You took off 1 foot in game, and that guy tried to, I don't know if he tried to, but he undercut you, and you hung on the rim with 2 hands, posterized him. That was pretty crazy.
That was one of my favorites. There's a
if you haven't seen that, it's still on YouTube. Please go look at it. I don't know what would you go look? Billy Duran poster dunk. I don't know. I'll link it somewhere next time I vlog because that thing blows my mind every time I watch it. Because it's off 1 foot in a game, he gets nailed. If he didn't hang on the rim, he'd be upside down. But he hangs with 2 hands. I love that thing, and it was 1 foot. Still blows my mind just on someone.
So I was stoked with that one because that guy who I semi dunked on, he was I was trying to dunk before the game, and he had his headphones in, and I hate people with headphones in the gym because they're never paying attention.
Right.
I was trying to dunk, so I'd like throw a lob, and then he'd shoot a shot right as I'm trying to dunk.
Right.
And so he kept on getting in my way. Like he'd walk right across me as I'm trying to go to the rim. And so right after that is when I dunked on him, and I was just like so happy because he was being a douche.
Yeah, and it's on tape too. You gotta start filming more games, dude.
Yeah.
So did you have you kind of did both plants, but did you have like a plant you liked better or certain dunks you liked on each plant better?
So, especially before I tore my ankle, I liked in games. I usually did 1 foot just because it was easier. Like you get more speed and you don't need to gather as much.
Yeah, it's a little more natural.
You don't
just like
need
you
to waste time gathering your stuff.
Right.
On 1 foot. So especially like on fast breaks, I would just do like 2-handers off of one leg.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as trick dunks, 2 feet. I don't know. I have dunks that I like on both plants. My windmill I definitely like better.
Left, right.
Left, right for sure.
Yeah, I knew it.
Off the dribble, I'm a zillion times better right, left.
Very
Not
interesting. You've got great form on all plants. Like they all look smooth and they all look athletic.
Yeah.
Can't say the same. But yeah. Anyway, do you think Jay Clark's going to get the double East Bay soon? Or you think it's possible 10 feet?
Man, I hope so. Like the last Nike event definitely kind of put him over the edge of like
Possibility,
maybe it's going
right?
to happen. So like, dang, he could definitely get that.
Yeah.
So I think so. It's just a matter of keeping on practicing and having just that one day where he's feeling really good. And that's
crazy, man.
Yeah.
So are you moving to Florida soon with all the boys? Cheaper here, man.
Man, it'd be cool, but it'll never happen just because my wife's family's all here, my family's here, and
you got the headquarters up there, dude. With everybody there and all the events, it's awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
What else? What else can we talk about?
Visit Florida again for sure.
Oh yeah, that'll be nice.
Yeah.
What else we got? Anything else? Anything new in the dunk world that we should talk about?
What is
when you do Dunkademics, what angle do you use? You use the low angle? You use the legit angle? What are you doing?
So, I mean, when I started like doing mixes and stuff, I did the low angle for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
There was a period where I started getting a lot of hate for like low angles.
Yeah.
So I started to do more side of the hoop angles just to make it more like legitimate.
Yeah.
That's like side angles are good for raw sessions. Low angles are better for mixes. I try to switch it up a little bit, but I don't know. It depends on who I'm filming also.
Yeah. Dang. Well, yeah, that's all good stuff, bro.
Yeah, dude.
What else? What else is there? Yeah, I hope you get healthy, man. I'm feeling healthy too. I'm so close to 100 if my knee just gets good, but I'm trying to get my dribble dunks good. They felt good last session, but I want to have like a solid dribble dunk session. So you agree that, because everybody says this, that low rim dunking helps, not just vert, but like mainly just technique, right? It's always good for that. You loved low rim dunking, huh?
I love low rim dunking with such a big passion because, I mean, especially when, you're 5'10", 5'11", like we are.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not jumping at your peak, then you kind of like need to lower the rim a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also good for confidence because
you feel the finish, right? And it builds the memory.
Well, just because like you feel confident to try stuff that you like. If I were to try a dunk for the first time on 10 feet, I might like fall, like literally fall.
Right.
But if I'm just doing it on a low rim first, then I'll be more confident that I could at least get it to the rim.
Right.
And then, so it encourages you to try stuff and to work on stuff, get better at it, or see where you're at least.
I agree.
And then move it on up to 10 feet.
Are there any like really elite guys that don't lift and just jump? Because I get that question a lot. Because some people that don't lift, they want to know if they lift and like, do these people lift? Because they don't see them lifting. Like I post a lot of stuff, you post stuff. some people post workouts, but not everybody posts workouts, so they think they're just dunking and they're natural. But for the most part, most people lift, right?
Nowadays, I would say most people lift for sure. There are the few exceptions. There are the T-dubs and the air up theirs who are just like naturally gifted,
right?
And all they need to do is just maintain their balance by jumping a lot. But yeah, for the most part, guys like Myrie, Jonathan Clark, they're all like solid lifters,
right?
And Jordan Kilgannon, they all do their thing in the gym first. So.
Yeah. And the other thing is that it depends on your age too. So if you're like 15 or under, maybe a little older, even like 18 and under, I would say just jump a lot because you don't need to lift yet, or you want to like wait till you're developed at least. I would say, and you don't need to do heavy stuff. You can still do a lot of workouts that isn't jumping. That's like plyometric type stuff and like kettlebell stuff, medicine ball stuff. But save the like big lifts like squats and deadlifts so you're a little older.
Yeah.
If Dunkademics got an opportunity to shoot in China or anywhere out of the country, would you be down to do that?
I'd be down. I'm down for anything that is fun, that's worth it. If I had to go to China for a month, I probably couldn't do it. But if it was a week-long thing in China, I would do it in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm. That'd be awesome. Yeah, I hope that happens one day. That'd be so amazing.
Definitely.
All right, man. That was a lot of good stuff. Do we have anything else we want to talk about? That was 30 minutes already. 31.
Yeah. I mean, just, reversal of the call here. I do love your vlog.
Oh.
I love what you're doing.
Thank you, dude.
It's fun to watch. It's entertaining. And it's just like me.
Yeah.
I love Dunk.
I know. It's like I'm doing it, but everyone I talk to feels the same way as what I'm doing. I'm just kind of like crazy enough to put every content out there and spend the time doing it. But I look forward to like talking to you more. We can have more conversations when things come up. That's what I love about this podcast. We could just like, this one was a little more like a lot of questions and answers, but next time we could just like talk and like when new things come up. Like I hope next time we'll talk, Jay Clark is at the Double East Bay and we'll talk about what's next or something like that, or just contests coming up. There's no contests out here though. That's the only thing too. Is like it'd be great if like something like the Sprite contest came back. Is that coming back? Do you know anything about that?
No, because the Sprite contest happened because Sprite had a relationship with the NBA, and so the NBA Summer Tour was affiliated with Sprite, and they had the Sprite Dunk Contest. But now the NBA is with Mountain Dew, so they have like the Dew 3x3 tour or whatever, but they're not doing dunk contests for some reason.
Man, they need like a new countrywide dunk contest again. That was so cool.
Yeah, I like it.
And now there's a lot more dunkers too. Like I feel like this it'd be great competition.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. I guess that we can cut it there. I mean, that was really fun.
Sounds good.
Yes, sir. Who's gonna dunk first? My dog or your dog? Buttons or Garrison?
Buttons is already dunked. So.
What? Oh yeah, you showed me the little hoop. Well, Garrison. Well, what age did he dunk at? She dunk at? Because he's only 5 months, so he might dunk first, which means he's a better potential.
Well, Garrison is a lot taller, so for sure.
I'll raise the hoop, bro.
Yeah, whatever.
It'll be the first East Bay for a dog.
Yeah.
Just like his dad. Oh, man. I want to say more. I don't know. I feel like there's so much we could talk about.
Yeah, the Duncan needs like an X Games type thing. Something like that. I don't know.
Just the exposure would be great.
Oh, and dunkers need to get paid more and be like famous athletes.
Yeah, that would be so
great.
Cool. That'd be great. Why doesn't Dunkademics host a contest?
It's hard, man, because you can't just do it on your own. Like you need lots of sponsors if you want it to even be close to making any money.
Mm-hmm.
Because nowadays, like people won't come to events if you even charge like $10.
Right,
like,
not even like $5 would be no. Because if they're walking by, they won't even. I can definitely see that. It has to be free.
People want it to be free, and they want like celebrities there and stuff like that. So automatically, you're talking about a gym rental fee, paying judges, celebrities, whoever you need to bring.
What do you think of the idea of making dunk gyms around? Because a lot of these LA fitnesses don't allow dunking. They don't even like filming and things like that. Wouldn't it be cool if there was like dunk gyms around the country? You start like a separate gym.
It would be cool, but, well, I mean, so at first I would say there's not enough dunkers to fill it up, but if you had a gym that had a few, adjustable rims,
that would be so sick.
It'd still be tough, but I don't know. Maybe in certain, like in LA, in big cities, you could probably get away with it, but...
Yeah, that'd be so cool because, like, definitely in Orlando, we have so many people. We have so many that would come. And then, like, LA could be another one. I just feel like if you put one there with adjustables, there's almost a pro in a lot of the country, like many of the states. I wouldn't say all of them or even the majority, but there's many states where there's a pro, at least one, and he can go there and, like, work out. And then as he's working out, people could, like, get tips from him. It's just so good to, like, learn experience in person. That would be so sick. We should do this dunk gym chain. LA Litness, it would be called. Or Country Litness. I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. There was one other thing I was going to ask, but I'm forgetting it now. So I just wanted to say shout out to Dunkademics. Go follow Billy Dunkademics as well, because that is the Journey channel to see the day in, day out. The good stuff, and he's got some story. Sometimes he puts some funny stuff on the story. Some 12-foot advice, how to make every hoop 12 feet. That's magical. That's dope. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Shout out to the boy Billy, the comeback Bill.
Hopefully, we'll see.
Yeah.
Shout out to Steven.
Yes.
Make sure you keep watching his stuff. Hit that subscribe button.
Ooh, press it hard.
Turn on notifications.
Ooh. Class is over. Get it? See what I did there? Stupid. All right, Bill. Okay. Thanks a lot, man. I'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Love you. Bye.
Love you.